They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. When this picture of Tinubu and Obasanjo was released, Tinubu met him in Imo State where he went for the inauguration of Hope Uzodima's second term. It felt like, hey, Obasanjo, here we are. You refused to support me when I was contesting. I'm now this. What do you have to say? But in reality, Obasanjo actually shunned Tinubu in Imo State when Tinubu was making his statement that can sometimes be very boring. Obasanjo had to excuse himself and leave the venue. As you can see here.
And pay attention to our internal security. And today, incidentally, is the Armed Forces Remembrance Day.
Hi, Obasanjo don't best come out because we are talking rubbish.
So Obasanjo couldn't contain his boredom. He was so bored that he had to take a leave, which is a break of protocol because leaving the venue while Tinubu was still speaking tells a lot. Now to one of the statements he made during his speech.
And see one frame or the other, one pain or the other, associated with the removal of subsidy. Just remember that among you, your families are pregnant people. The day of birth is the day of pain. You go through the labor pain. When you see or you hear the voice of the baby, your pains are gone and you are relieved. Nigeria is at it. The last 40 years, some very few people were cornering our commonwealth, calling it subsidy. I call it wasteful and thievery.
For him to continue talking about this in many fora means he knows that the subsidy removal has caused a lot of problems in Nigerian economy. And the reason he gave for the removal is in simple terms meaningless. Nigerians can't be expected to pay for the incompetence of the police. How can you keep parroting this kind of excuse? The fact that a few Nigerians were stealing billions in the guise of fuel subsidy, that's the reason why every Nigerian must suffer because of a few men. What happened to catching them and stopping them from profiting from stealing money in the guise of fuel subsidy? What is the job of the police? What about the EFCC? How about all the intelligence agencies? What are they doing? Are these people ghosts? Can they be caught? Can they be stopped? Do they have bank accounts? Millions of questions on why should Nigerians suffer because a few men were profiting from fuel subsidy. It doesn't make any sense. You don't have to transfer the incompetence of the state to Nigerians. So what it means is that the government wants Nigerians to pay for the incompetence of security agencies. That's what they're practically saying. But we all know why they removed fuel subsidy. And fuel subsidy has become unsustainable because Nigeria is simply broke. But the fact remains that the fuel subsidy removal has cost Nigeria a lot. Yes, the government is aware. That's why Tinubu keeps reassuring people all the time that the hardship will soon be over. But we all know that this is just mere talk that is not grounded in reality, because all the indices show that there is no hope in the near future for the Nigerian economy when multinational companies are leaving Nigeria en masse. When you think you have seen it all, that maybe the worst has come, that more companies will not leave, new companies keep leaving, like the syringe company, the largest in Africa, like they said, from Akwa Ibom State. All of them are leaving because the business climate is not favorable. Yes. With all this information available to the government, one wonders why they didn't employ a phased subsidy removal, like a gradual increment of the price of petrol, over a period of like 2 years, so that the economy will not feel the immediate impact. Like it was just sudden. He woke up on inauguration day and announced that fuel subsidy is gone. So a gradual fuel subsidy removal would have been better for Nigeria. Within the period they will remove the subsidy, they will use the same time to implement an alternative energy source like CNG. It's still not late. They can still implement a phased return of the subsidy so as to help the economy to grow. After all the savings they claim to have gotten from the fuel subsidy removal, we can't see the impact on the economy. Even if they are now sharing more money among the federal government, state and local government, we can still feel the impact. If they truly want to solve the economic hardship, they want the economy to start growing again, if they truly want it, because it doesn't show by their actions, but let's assume that they want it truly, then they should understand that they cannot refuse to provide constant electricity. And the only other source of energy that businesses can use to power their generators to become productive, they increase the price so high that even if anyone uses petrol to power his generators, he can never be competitive. There's no way the economy can grow. It's not possible. They must subsidize energy. Nigeria is a growing and developing economy. We need all the subsidy we can get in order to be competitive. Even the Europe he wants to travel to, in Switzerland where they are holding the World Economic Forum, all European countries subsidize energy. The worst part of all this is that we are an oil producing country, so why shouldn't we be able to subsidize oil? Yes, use it to your own advantage. You have to use what you have as leverage to be better than others, to be more competitive than others. That's what every country does. So why is our own different? If it's something that we don't have the natural resource, that we have to buy them in order to get the byproduct, then we can say it will be a total waste of money to continue subsidizing them. But we have oil. What has the government done all these years that our refinery weren't working? What have they done? Nothing. They've depended solely on importation because they were all benefiting from the corruption. Now the bubble has burst because Nigeria is now broke. They want to transfer all the corruption, all the incompetence to Nigerians who have no business. They don't know whatever happened. They didn't benefit from anything that happened in the past. But they want to transfer the whole incompetence, inefficiency, everything to them. The solution is very simple. The government should, as a matter of urgency, implement a phased return of petrol subsidy. While they are doing that, they should also invest massively in alternative sources of energy. People are now harnessing energy from not just the sun, but the atmosphere. There's one startup in South Africa that's doing exactly that. The more energy sources we have, the better the competition and the lower the price people are going to pay. This is simple economics. Their main objective is to constantly review how competitive Nigeria is compared to other countries. Thanks for watching.